dina wa bi Muhammadin nabiyya wa rasula. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani. Rabbi zidna ilma warzuqna fahma. Amin amin Allahumma amin. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Teman-teman semua, perkenalkan nama aku Virus Silzah dan alhamdulillah kita kembali lagi di acara Smart Talk ya hari ini dengan tema The Cause of Palestine Prisoners Inside the Occupation's Prisons. Nah, pasti teman-teman di sini banyak ya, ada yang penasaran seperti apa sih tawanan Palestina ini berada di Israel, berada di penjara Israel. Oke, nah sebelum itu marilah kita buka bersama-sama pertemuan hari ini dengan membaca basmalah bersama-sama. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nah, selanjutnya akan ada pembacaan ayat suci Al-Quran yang akan dibacakan oleh teman kita, Muhammad Al-Amin. Kepada Amin, waktu dan layar dipersilakan.
Baik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. I can hear you now. Fairuz, can you turn on my camera, please? I can't turn it on from my computer. I know why. Would you try?
Okay, let me wait. Can Ina help Sister Nur to open the camera, please?
Yeah, wait.
Okay. Sister, okay. Sister, I think we can start to reading the Quran first, okay?
Okay.
Okay, silakan Amin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'lamu annama al-hayatud dunya la'ibun wa zinah wa lahu wa zinatun wa tafakhurun bainakum wa takathurun fil amwali wal awlad kamathali ghaythin a'jaba al-kuffara nabatuhu thumma yahiju fatarahu musfarra thumma yakunu hutama wa fil akhirati 'adzabun syadidun wa maghfiratun minallahi wa ridwan wa mal hayatud dunya inna mata'un ghurur. Dengan menyebut nama Allah yang Maha Pengasih dan Maha Penyayang, ketahuilah sesungguhnya kehidupan dunia itu hanyalah permainan dan senda gurauan, perhiasan dan saling berbangga di antara kamu, serta berlomba dalam kekayaan dan anak keturunan. Seperti hujan yang tanamannya mengagumkan para petani. Kemudian tanaman itu menjadi kering dan kamu lihat warnanya kuning, kemudian menjadi hancur. Dan di akhirat nanti ada azab yang keras dan ampunan dari Allah serta keriduannya. Dan kehidupan dunia tidak lain hanyalah kesenangan yang palsu. Maha benar Allah dengan segala firman-Nya. Shadaqallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Astagfirullahaladzim. Jazakallahu khair, Amin yang sudah membacakan ayat suci Al-Quran. Nah, selanjutnya, alhamdulillah ya, Suster sudah berada di tengah-tengah kita. Tapi sebelumnya, untuk memimpin acara hari ini, nanti akan dibantu oleh translator kita. Sudah ada Aska di sini, ya insya Allah nanti akan dibantu. Nah, aku akan membacakan sedikit ya CV-nya Aska. Ini nanti yang akan membantu translator adalah Aska Khalisa ya, mahasiswa biologi FMIPA Unpad 2019, dan juga beliau ini berada di tim program dan musyrifah dari Rumah Quran Jatinangor. Oke, waktu dan layar, aku langsung saja persilahkan ke Aska. Maka Aska.
Oke, terima kasih. Oke, terima kasih, Tefai. Oke, terima kasih Tefai atas kesempatannya. Bismillah. Assalamualaikum teman-teman semua. Semoga dalam keadaan yang sehat ya. Dan alhamdulillah juga nih di sini kita sudah bersama ya dengan Sister Nur gitu di sini. Mungkin kita coba cek dulu. Assalamualaikum Sister Nur. Are you there? Can you hear my voice? Hello, Sister Nur.
Hello, Fairuz.
Okay.
I am not allowed to turn on my camera. I don't know why.
Okay, so you cannot turn on your camera. Okay, wait a second. I would ask to the committee.
I get the alert, meeting alert. The host asked you to start your video, and I clicked start my video, and I can't open my camera. I can't turn it on.
Oh, okay, so you cannot turn on your camera. I guess it's because the setting of your device, maybe. Have you checked your?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I am disabled from you. I don't know why.
Okay,
I guess I can do so.
Okay.
The host can do so, I think.
Okay. Maybe I think we could continue without you turning on camera. Is that okay?
Let me try to leave and rejoin again.
Okay.
I'll try again. Okay.
Oke, jadi teman-teman ini Sister Nur lagi terkendala device ya. Beliau sepertinya agak kesulitan untuk on cam, jadi beliau mau coba leave dulu sebentar dan coba rejoin lagi sama kita di sini. Oke, sambil menunggu Sister Nur nih, boleh teman-teman yang bisa on cam supaya kita juga bisa kenal ya dan bisa diskusi secara terbuka gitu dan aktif sama Sister Nur. Jadi buat teman-teman yang nggak berhalangan, baik secara sinyal ataupun device, boleh ya kita sama-sama on cam di sini. Okay, Sister Nur, I could see you there. Can you hear my voice? I cannot hear you. Okay, I can see you now.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. How are you today?
Oops, I can't hear you. Just a minute.
Oh, you cannot hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
So, good morning, everyone.
Okay, good morning. How is the weather?
Nice.
Okay, nice to meet you. I guess it's winter, right, in Palestine?
Yeah. It's raining right now.
Oh, it's raining. Is it very cold? Well, we don't have winter in here.
Why? Is it cold? Is it cold?
Yeah, is it cold there?
In Indonesia, I mean.
Oh, in Indonesia. Apparently in Indonesia now we're having a rainy season, so you could say it's cold for Indonesian, but I bet if for Palestinian it's not cold at all, I guess.
Okay. So shall we start?
Okay. Maybe first of all, I wanted to say thank you for giving us your time today, and it's such an honor for me and for us to have you here today in SMARTTalk. And maybe I wanted to introduce myself first. I'm Azka, and I'll be guiding today's SMARTTalk, and also I'm going to be your translator. And before we start, I would like to introduce you to the audience first. May I?
Well, okay, you can go.
Oke. Mungkin boleh operator mau minta tolong dibantu untuk share screen. Dan teman-teman yang belum on cam boleh on cam ya. Masih sedikit nih yang on cam. Oke. TV-nya ada yang bisa bantu share screen? Oke, jadi alhamdulillah ya di siang hari ini, tapi kebetulan kalau di Palestina itu lagi pagi ya, jam 8 lah kurang lebih. Alhamdulillah kita saat ini bersama dengan Sister Nur ya. Sister Nur, nama lengkap beliau adalah Nur Nizar Dahman Abu Sultan, mungkin boleh agak sedikit di zoom panitia. Dan beliau ini warga negara asli dari Palestina ya, lahir tanggal 3 Juli tahun 2000, dan juga lahirnya di Gaza. Mungkin boleh sekaligus di scroll ke bawah. Jadi beliau ini banyak ya experience-nya, tapi mungkin sekarang beliau ini sedang aktif sebagai translator ya dari bahasa Arab ke Inggris di PALM ya, PALM Strategic Initiative Center. Dan ini banyak ya pencapaian-pencapaiannya, sudah menerjemahkan beberapa tulisan. Kemudian beliau pun merupakan ini ya lulusan dari Universitas Al-Azhar di Gaza dengan jurusan sastra Inggris ya. Itu ada di bawah, mungkin boleh sedikit di scroll ke bawah. Oke, agak sedikit ke bawah lagi. Oke. Ya, ada ini juga beberapa pengalaman-pengalaman dari Sister Nur. Oke. Mungkin itu ya penjelasan singkatnya supaya kita bisa segera dengar gitu ya sharing dari Sister Nur. Oke, maybe that's all from me. Mungkin teman-teman boleh di stop share screen lagi. And oh yeah, I haven't asked you. How may I call you? Is it Sister Nur okay? Or maybe you have another preference?
As you like. Okay, as you like, as you like.
Okay, I'm going to call you Sister Nur there. Okay.
Well,
maybe
let me start. First of all, good morning, everyone. I hope that you're all doing well. This is your presenter, Nur Nizar Abu Sultan, from Gaza City, Palestine. I am a representative of Palm Strategic Initiative Center, which is a research center on the Palestinian issue, in which we focus on delivering the message of the Palestinian issue around the world by translating the Arabic language into English. And this actually helps us so that we can promote the narration of the Palestinian issue and to get our issue to much more higher level of awareness and understanding so that people can support us. This center is mainly sponsored by Malaysia. And with that being said, in today's session, inshallah, I'll be telling you about our Palestinian detainees in the Israeli occupation prisons.
Oke, jadi tadi Sister Nur sudah memperkenalkan diri ya. Tadi beliau lahir di Gaza, juga beliau merupakan ini ya, tadi aktif di Palm Research Center, di mana Palm Research Center ini tuh sebuah tempat research yang dia tuh fokus dalam mendeliver gitu ya, mendeliver atau menerjemahkan. Jadi berita-berita ataupun isu-isu tentang kepalestinaan yang awalnya itu dari bahasa Arab ke bahasa Inggris. Supaya apa? Supaya isu-isu ini tuh bisa tersebar lebih luas gitu ya. Karena seperti yang kita ketahui tidak semua orang kan paham bahasa Arab gitu ya. Jadi Palm Research ini tuh salah satu tujuannya adalah untuk memperluas gitu ya cakupan isu-isu kepalestinaan ini ke jenjang yang lebih luas lagi. Okay, you may continue.
Okay, so let's get into it with this video. Can you guys please let me share my screen now? Okay. So can you see what I'm sharing now?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the cause of the Palestinian prisoners inside the Israeli occupation, the prisons.
Ya, jadi kita sekarang akan membicarakan tentang penyebab dari orang-orang Palestina yang menjadi tawanan gitu ya di tawanan okupasi Palestina di Israel gitu.
So the first part of our presentation today will be about stories of our detainees inside the Israeli occupation prisons. So let's get into it with this video number 1. Could you, Azza, please play video number 1?
Oke. Jadi sekarang kita akan mengawalinya dengan kisah-kisah ya tentang para tawanan gitu yang akan kita angkat saat ini. Mungkin ini di play videonya sama operator ya. Okay, wait a second.
Azza, there is no voice.
Oh, okay.
The sound of the video, you can't hear it.
Okay, wait. I'm going to. Operator mungkin boleh share screen sama itunya, soundnya, supaya bisa masuk ke audiens juga.
Oh, oke, nggak masuk ya suaranya?
Ya, masih belum masuk teh suaranya. Okay, I'm sorry. I think we have a technical issues in here. We're going to restart replaying the video.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Azza. So, just a minute, please. I guess I have to share my screen again. So, well, does the scene of the child in the video ring a bell with you guys? I mean, do you remember who is this child?
Oke, jadi gimana nih kalian setelah menonton video tadi itu gimana? Apakah teringat sesuatu, apakah kalian mengenal gitu laki-laki ini, gitu, anak laki-laki yang tadi ada dalam video? Mungkin boleh merespon lewat chat ya. Okay, so there's this participant said it's Ahmad Manesra.
Yeah, exactly. This is Ahmad Manasra, the child, the prisoner child, Ahmad Manasra. As we saw in the video, you see how the Israeli investigation officer was shouting out loud for the child to oppress him and to force him so that um, uh, he can just say that, yeah, I commit this without even being committing a crime. He was telling him that, tell us that you really commit a stabbing for those settlers. And he was saying, no, I can't remember. I feel that I have something in my mind. I can't really remember. What are you talking about? I am really confused. And the child seems to be really so terrified. And that's the scene analysis, guys.
Oke, jadi benar ya, tadi itu adalah Ahmad Manasrah ya, di mana dari video tadi gitu ya, dia dipaksa oleh officernya, oleh petugas di sana untuk mengakui gitu ya, dipaksa, dan di satu sisi Ahmad tadi itu dia tidak ingat apa-apa gitu ya, he remembers nothing, dia tidak bisa mengingat apapun dan dia ketakutan gitu ya, tapi terus dipaksa ya. Tadi kita lihat ya teman-teman, diteriaki gitu ya dan ditekan dengan sebegitu subhanallahnya gitu, dipaksa untuk mengakui gitu ya apa yang dia sebenarnya tidak lakukan. You might continue.
So that child you saw in the video of 13 years old is now this youth of 20 years old. Can you imagine? So he spent 7 years of his childhood in the prison.
Oke, jadi Ahmad ini udah sampai detik ini berarti ya, sudah 7 tahun berarti ya tadi di penjara gitu. Setelah kejadian tadi gitu.
Well, now, so Ahmad Manasra's story. Ahmad's story began when he was 13 years old. Ahmad and his cousin Hassan were preparing to go to school. So on their way to school, they saw the Israeli occupation forces at a checkpoint checking the students' school bags. One of those students was a girl who refused to open her bag because he was telling them that there is nothing in my bag. They are just old books. So why should I open my bags? By the way, guys, we as Palestinians, we are so stubborn, by the way. So the Israeli occupation felt that this situation is really suspicious, so they immediately shot her dead. Ahmad and Hassan ran away home, and Ahmad, when he get back home, he told his mom about what happened at the checkpoint. Then he entered his room, lay on his bed, and started staring at his room ceiling, thinking about, what should I do? That innocent girl, why should be killed with cold blood? She did nothing to them so that they can kill her without any acquisition. So we have to do something. Ahmad was telling himself in his unconscious mind that I have to do something. So Ahmad told his mom that I was going to see my cousin Hassan. Ahmad and Hassan, both of them, went to the same checkpoint and started throwing stones at the Israeli occupation forces. They were children, and that was the only revenge they can do. The Israeli occupation forces, on return, they start shooting them with bullets. Ahmad was immediately killed from a bullet in his abdomen. Hassan, and Ahmad was shooting in several parts of his body. After shooting Ahmad, the Israeli occupation forces, one of those settlers rammed Ahmad with his car. And after that, they left Ahmad bleeding like this on the floor. Not only that, but they kept like beating him on his head, neck, back, and legs. And that's how Ahmad was bleeding on the floor with cold blood.
Okay. 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 Before I'm translating, I think the slide haven't changed yet. Maybe you could slide to the next one, so we could see the picture of Ahmed.
This slide,
Yes, the slide of Ahmed.
I guess, what can you see now?
I see the title is The Scene Analysis. I think it's not moving.
No, this is Ahmed Manasra on the floor.
Oh, I guess it's because you're doing the share screen presentation, right? So maybe,
Shall I end it and start it again?
yeah, maybe you could end the presentation mode, and you could just show us the, the Microsoft mode, not
Okay,
the
that's
specific.
right. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to proceed the translation. Jadi
What can you see now, Wazam?
okay, now I can see the picture of Ahmed that are on the floor.
Okay. And now,
Okay.
is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. So keep it.
Okay, I'm going to continue. Jadi gini teman-teman, ini tadi Sister Nur bercerita ya tentang kisah Ahmed yang insya Allah gitu ya, sangat mengerikan gitu kalau buat aku pribadi. Jadi Ahmad ini ceritanya gitu, kenapa bisa sampai seperti ini? Awal mulanya adalah ketika itu Ahmad lagi sama sepupunya ya, Hasan gitu, his cousin Hasan. Mereka sedang berangkat ke sekolah. Kemudian di perjalanan dia bertemu dengan ini ya, IDF atau IDF itu tentara Israel. Dan di situ dia sedang mencegat gitu ya, mencegat seorang anak perempuan gitu. Dan dicegatnya itu dia ingin memeriksa isi tasnya gitu, yang padahal si perempuan itu nggak mau ya, si anak perempuan itu nggak mau karena dia nggak merasa membawa sesuatu yang perlu dicek gitu, nggak perlu dibuka. Kenapa tas saya harus dibuka gitu? Saya nggak membawa apapun yang mencurigakan gitu ya. Dan perseteruan itu terus terjadi hingga akhirnya si anak perempuan ini ditembak mati langsung oleh IDF ini, oleh tentara Israel ini gitu ya. Dan di situ Hasan dan Ahmad kaget, ketakutan, akhirnya mereka berlari pulang ke rumah gitu. Mereka berlari pulang ke rumah ya, kondisinya bayangin aja ketika anak kecil gitu ya melihat itu di depan matanya ketika perjalanan berangkat ke sekolah, dan mereka memutuskan untuk pulang. Dan di situ Ahmad tuh berpikir keras gitu ya, dia aku harus apa gitu ya, melihat kejadian seperti itu depan mataku harus apa gitu. Akhirnya dia berkata kepada ibunya gitu ya, dia ingin melakukan sesuatu, dan akhirnya dia mengajak sepupunya Hasan untuk kembali ke tempat tadi, dan mereka melempari batu. Jadi mereka melempari IDF itu dengan batu. Dan ya setelah itu akhirnya mereka pun ditembaki, dan kejadiannya di situ Hasan langsung mati di tempat. Kemudian kalau Ahmad dia ketembak di beberapa bagian dari tubuhnya, tapi masih hidup ya. Tapi dia akhirnya tergeletak seperti itu saja. Dan bahkan ketika sudah tergeletak itu sama IDF ya, sama tentara itu masih ditendang-tendangin ya, kepalanya, kakinya, badannya gitu. Dan ya dia dibiarkan gitu ya tergeletak di jalan seperti ini. Okay, maybe you could continue. You may continue, Sister.
Then Ahmad was taken to hospital to receive the necessary treatment, where he was diagnosed with a serious fractured skull and brain damage, and that's why he seemed in the video to remember nothing.
Okay. So after he go to the hospital, he diagnosed by fractured skull and brain damage. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Jadi setelah ini Ahmad pun dibawa ya ke rumah sakit, dan setelah ya dirawat gitu, dicek gitu, ternyata dia mengalami kerusakan pada otaknya gitu ya. Bahkan skull tengkoraknya itu sampai retak gitu. Nih. Sepertinya slide-nya. I'm sorry, I think the slide is stuck again because it hasn't changed. It's still Ahmed's picture on the floor. It hasn't changed yet.
Ahmed picture on the floor. Okay. Now.
Okay. Now we could see. Ya, jadi ini adalah foto Ahmad yang sedang berada di rumah sakit ya setelah kejadian penembakan tadi. Ya, bisa dilihat gitu, kepalanya diperban gitu ya, karena tengkoraknya itu sampai retak gitu setelah ditembak dan dipukul, ditendangi gitu ya oleh IDF. Can you may continue?
Yeah, you see, guys, here the chain in his hand, which means that this hospital is one of the occupations hospital in the West. Then, when he is with full pain and he has a fractured skull and brain damage, and his bones are maybe completely broken, he has a chain in his hand so that he will not escape. You see here the chain around his hand.
Oh, wait. I guess the slide isn't moving again because in my screen, it's still Ahmed on the hospital bed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So the chain, I can see it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was talking about the chain around his hand.
Oke. Iya, jadi teman-teman ini tadi Sister Nur tuh bercerita tentang dalam keadaan seperti ini pun gitu ya, Ahmad, dia dengan tadi ya, setelah ditendangi dan ditembaki gitu, bahkan tulang-tulangnya tuh bisa dibilang nggak hanya kepala aja gitu ya, yang benar-benar rusak, tapi tubuhnya. Dengan kondisi seperti ini, Ahmad ya, maaf, Ahmad ini masih di borgol tangannya. Tuh, kalau misalnya kurang kelihatan mungkin bisa di zoom layarnya, di tangan kanannya itu ada borgol ya, jadi dia itu diborgol ke kasurnya. Okay. You may continue.
Now, before Ahmad was completely recovered, he was taken to the investigation office so that they can extract confessions from them. And you see Ahmad, how does Ahmad appear here? He is completely tired, though he was taken to the investigation office.
Okay. Jadi tadi sistemnya cerita tentang I guess the slide hasn't changed. Is it the picture when he is being dragged into the court or?
Yeah. I didn't change it, by the way.
Oh, so you haven't changed it. Okay. So jadi Ahmad ini dia dalam keadaan seperti ini belum sembuh gitu ya, belum fully recover, dia udah dipaksa gitu untuk hadir ke dalam sidang gitu ya, untuk ditekan supaya dia tuh mengaku kesalahannya, supaya ya dia bisa diproses dan dipenjara gitu. Okay, you may continue.
Okay. Now, Ahmad was taken to the court, so the judge sentenced Ahmad with 12 years at prison. Okay. And Ahmad now has no recollection about childhood, which he spent moving from court to prison and vice versa. As a result of the psychological torture, as we saw in the video, the loud shout and so on, the physical torture, beating him on his head, neck, and several parts of his body. And also they put him in a solitary confinement. And though he was a child, they put him in a solitary confinement. They keep as well calling him with bad insults about his mother, his family, his friends, and so on. As a result of this all, Ahmad now suffers from a constant bleeding headache because he has a brain damage and a fractured skull, and a mental disorder as well, and schizophrenia, which is caused by the solitary confinement.
Oke, jadi ini ya, Ahmad itu setelah melakukan persidangannya, setelah menjalani persidangan, akhirnya ditetapkan bahwa dia itu akan dipenjara selama 12 tahun gitu. Dengan kondisi dia umurnya masih muda gitu ya, masih kecil, dia harus dipenjara selama 12 tahun, dan ditambah dengan berbagai hal-hal yang dia alami ya tadi. Dari video pertama yang kita tonton, di mana dia akan diteriaki oleh petugasnya gitu ya, secara psikologis gitu ya, anak kecil diteriaki seperti itu, kemudian dia ditaruh juga di ruang isolasi ya, di ruang isolasi sehingga dia merasa ketakutan, dan juga ada physical torture di mana dia juga diserang secara fisik ya, nggak secara mental saja tapi secara fisik juga, ditendangi, ditembak gitu tadi, dan juga insults gitu ya. Jadi Ahmad ini dihancurkan sekali mentalnya gitu oleh petugasnya. Di sana dia ibunya itu dijelek-jelekan gitu, dan dengan dengan mengalami semua itu, si Ahmad ini dia akhirnya mengalami pertama sakit kepala yang terus-menerus ya. Jadi constant splitting headache. Jadi dia mengalami sakit kepala yang terus-menerus. Kemudian dia juga mengalami mental disorder dan akhirnya dia pun mengalami skizofrenia gitu. Okay, you may continue, Sister. And I'm sorry, I think the slide is not changed yet, hasn't changed yet. Is it true that in my screen it's still Ahmed's picture? Okay, it's voice before.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
It is notable here to mention that Ahmed is not the only child in the Israeli occupation, but Ahmed's story stands out because it is descended with pain, and Ahmed is one of 160 children in the Israeli occupation jails.
Oke. Jadi kata Sister Nur gitu ya, Ahmad ini tuh not the only one gitu ya. Jadi kasus Ahmad ini bukan satu-satunya teman-teman. Kasus Ahmad ini adalah salah satu dari 1000 gitu ya, 1000 kasus-kasus lain yang serupa yang tidak terap ke publik gitu ya. Jadi kebetulan Ahmad ini memang diketahui kisahnya, tapi sebenarnya yang terjadi di sana itu sangat banyak sekali. Okay, you may continue.
Okay, now moving to the second story. Do you know this woman, guys? This one. Okay. I want to do that.
Jadi jadi Sister Nur bertanya apakah kita tahu perempuan ini, tapi kayak slide-nya belum ganti ya. I'm sorry, Sister, I think the slide hasn't changed again.
Okay. I don't know what's going on actually here. So here.
Okay. Oh, I guess I know why it's not changed, because maybe you start the slide mode on the PowerPoint. I think we could just stay.
I guess.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's okay. Okay. Jadi tadi Sister Nur bertanya, kita tahu nggak nih siapa perempuan yang ada di foto ini? Ada yang tahu nggak? Boleh, mungkin yang tahu boleh komen di kolom chat. Adakah yang tahu?
Well, I guess that you are more familiar with this woman. Do you know her? I'm sorry for the picture.
Okay, yeah, guys.
Let me tell you that both women are the same.
Okay, but unfortunately, the slide hasn't changed again, I guess. That's okay.
Okay, now.
Okay, now it's already changed. Okay, is there anyone? Ada yang tahu siapa perempuannya? Mungkin boleh dituliskan namanya. Yang tahu boleh komen di kolom chat. Okay, is there anyone? Okay.
Shall I continue?
Mungkin Sabrina. Kayak Sabrina mau coba sebutkan namanya? Okay, Isra Jabis. Okay.
Yeah, she is Isra Jabis. Isra Jabis is one of more than 35 women inside the Israeli occupation jails, but Isra's story stands out among all of those women's stories because about more of 60% of her body is completely burned. And she is now deprived of receiving the necessary treatment and performing the necessary surgeries.
Oke, jadi benar ya tadi yang komen ini adalah Isra Jabis ya, salah satu dari 35 cerita-cerita yang paling the most painful story. Jadi kisah-kisah perempuan yang sangat menyedihkan gitu ya. Salah satunya kenapa? Karena lebih dari 60% tubuhnya itu terbakar gitu ya. Bisa dilihat tadi bahwa dua foto perempuan yang tadi sempat ditampilkan itu adalah dua orang yang sama gitu ya. Berarti yang pertama itu adalah sebelum kejadian dan yang kedua itu adalah setelah terjadi torture-nya itu. Dan dia pun sekarang saat ini menerima perawatan dan juga melakukan beberapa operasi gitu ya untuk menangani ini. Okay, you may continue.
Okay, now you may ask, how did that happen? And why is Isra in prison now in the Israeli occupation jails?
Sorry, I can hear you before. Can you repeat What did you say before? It's unclear.
I was saying that you may ask, how did that happen to Isra? How did that more than 60% of her body is completely burned? To tell you the story of Isra Jabis now.
Oh, oke. Oke, jadi apa namanya? Di sini sisternya nanya gitu. Ada yang penasaran nggak sih gimana? Apa sih ceritanya gitu ya sampai 60% dari tubuhnya Isra Jabis itu terbakar gitu. Adakah yang tahu mungkin? Mungkin boleh komen juga di kolom chat.
Okay, now as a result of her serious burns, Isra actually can barely talk. So the media took the speech from her sister, who is Mona. So Mona, Isra's sister, reported that not too long before the incident, Isra took her driving license. So she wasn't a professional driver. Isra had a car, and she tried to turn her car to go to the work. So the engine broke down 3 times while she was trying to go to her work. And about 500 meters away from Al Zain checkpoint, Isra's car broke down again, and Isra lost her control on the car. So the car started moving left and right. One of the Israeli occupation policemen stopped Isra for her suspicious driving. It wasn't suspicious driving. It was that Isra lost her control on the car. So the car started moving left and right. Isra immediately stopped her car when the policeman stopped her. At the same time, an electrical fault occurred, and the vehicle started burning into flames. Isra tried to get off the car when the Israeli occupation pushed her in the car again and closed the door. And then he ran away and left Isra burning in the car alone.
Yeah.
And that's why Isra get burned.
Ya Allah. Oke. Jadi kisahnya Isra ini ya, gimana gitu? Kenapa Isra bisa sampai terbakar dan sangat ini ya berubah gitu ya mungkin setelah kejadian insiden ini gitu. Jadi awalnya saat itu Isra ini dia dia yang menceritakan ya. Jadi sebenarnya saat ini kondisinya Isra itu tidak bisa berbicara teman-teman. Jadi she barely talk gitu. Because mungkin setelah insiden ini dia kesulitan untuk berbicara. Jadi kisah ini diceritakan oleh saudaranya Isra yaitu Mona. Mona is Isra's sister, am I correct?
Yeah.
Oke. Ya, jadi kisah ini diceritakan oleh Mona, yaitu saudaranya dari Isra. Jadi saat itu kejadiannya, Isra itu baru dapat driving license, baru dapat SIM lah ya, kartu izin mengemudi, surat izin mengemudi, dan dia sedang mau berangkat kerja. Tapi ketika itu, entah kenapa, dia tuh ketika mau nyalain mesinnya tuh sampai mati 3 kali. Saat itu mesin mobilnya itu bermasalah sampai mati 3 kali, tapi akhirnya dia sempat udah bisa berjalan gitu ya, sekitar 500 meter, sampai tiba-tiba setelah di perjalanan itu, entah kenapa dia mesinnya itu bermasalah lagi, sampai akhirnya mobilnya itu lose control, jadi kayak kehilangan kendali, dan akhirnya geraknya tuh kayak kanan-kiri gitu. Jadi kelihatan emang menyetirnya tuh dengan ya ke kanan ke kiri gitu, dan di situ ada polisi Israel gitu ya yang melihat gerak-gerik dari mobilnya ini tuh suspicious, mencurigakan lah gitu, kenapa tidak menyetir dengan normal gitu ya. Akhirnya diberhentikan si mobil itu, tapi pas banget juga saat itu ketika diberhentikan terjadi kayak konslet gitu ya mungkin. Akhirnya mobilnya itu terbakar gitu saat itu. Tapi ketika Isra mau keluar, sama si officer itu, sama si polisi itu dipaksa didorong masuk ke dalam lagi dan ditutup gitu. Jadi si polisinya itu membiarkan Isra itu terbakar di dalam mobil gitu ya. Wah, serem banget sih emang. Okay, you may continue.
Thank you. Well, one more thing that I want to add here, that Isra was moving to a new apartment, so she bought some new stuff for her new apartment while she was enrolling home from her work. So one of those stuff was a gas cylinder, a cooking gas cylinder, which actually caused the burning inside the car with the electrical fault. So the Israeli occupation thought that Isra was trying to commit an explosion at the checkpoint, while it was completely an electrical fault. That's all.
Oke, jadi kisah ini tuh kenapa sih bisa sampai meledak dan separah ini gitu ya insidennya. Kebetulan saat itu Isra itu baru mau pindah apartemen gitu ya, dan saat itu dia juga sedang membawa beberapa barang, salah satunya di mobil itu ada gas gitu ya, yang itu juga menyebabkan ledakannya jadi sebesar itu. Nah, cuma kalau dari sudut pandangnya Israel itu dia ya seperti ingin melakukan sebuah tindakan kriminal gitu ya, padahal sebenarnya kenyataannya itu completely benar-benar berbeda gitu ya dari apa yang di capture sama pihak Israel gitu. Dia kan sebenarnya mau pindah apartemen gitu, dan kejadiannya emang sebenarnya karena konslet dari mobilnya.
Isra then was taken to the court, and when she was taken to the court, the judge sentenced Isra of 11 years sentence as under the accusation of committing an explosion at the checkpoint.
Okay.
Isra now is suffering from a serious burnings that the Israeli occupation doesn't allow her to go to the hospital to receive the necessary treatment. Isra told the media that one of her friends was a prisoner with her in the prison, so she could help her with her daily activities because Isra actually has no fingers, as you saw. And after her friend was released, Isra now is alone, and the Israeli occupation refused to bring a nurse for Isra to help her in her daily activities.
Oh, okay. Wait. So her friend is already out, so she is alone now. Am I correct?
Yeah, she is released now.
Oh, she is released now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jadi Isra ini akhirnya setelah kejadian ini dia dibawa ke pengadilan gitu ya, dan diberikan hukuman selama 11 tahun penjara gitu ya, dengan kondisi seperti tadi, bahkan seperti kita lihat ya di fotonya dia tidak memiliki jari gitu ya. Jadi ketika di sana pun dipersulit juga oleh Israel untuk Isra ini bisa melakukan pengobatan dan pemulihan gitu. Tapi alhamdulillahnya di sana di penjara gitu ya, Isra ini ada temannya dia gitu. Jadi selama di penjara dia dibantu oleh temannya untuk melakukan aktivitas sehari-hari karena kondisinya dia yang tidak memungkinkan gitu. Oke. Tapi sekarang Isra keluar dari penjara. Okay, you may continue.
Actually, it didn't stop at that point, but the Israeli occupation now prevent her only 11-year-old son, Mu'tasim, from visiting his mom in the prison under the pretext of not having an identity number. So the only thing that Mu'tasim can do now is watching his mother photos on the phone, as I'll show you in video number 2.
Oke. Jadi Isra pun gitu ya dipersulit dan dilarang oleh Israel untuk bertemu dengan anaknya yang sedang berumur 11 tahun gitu ya, anak laki-lakinya berumur 11 tahun, dan si Isra ini juga tidak diberikan identity number, tidak diberikan nomor identitas, dan anaknya dia itu hanya karena tidak bisa mengontak ibunya, tidak boleh berkomunikasi, tidak boleh, intinya nggak boleh keep in touch gitu. Jadi anaknya ini hanya bisa melihat foto ibunya itu lewat handphonenya saja gitu, sebatas lewat handphonenya, karena tidak bisa berkomunikasi tadi. Okay. So we're going to show the videos now. Wait, maybe I'm going to ask. Mungkin boleh diputar videonya.
Video yang nomor 3 ya?
Video yang nomor 2.
Oke.
Okay, maybe you could stop your share screen first, Sister.
Okay.
لما
Just a minute, please. So now moving to the third story. In this photo, you can see the ex-prisoner, because he is now released. Kamal al-Khatib bid a farewell for his mom on the first day of his release. Can you imagine? He is bidding a farewell for his mom on the first day of his freedom.
Okay. I'm sorry, sister. I think the slide hasn't changed yet. It's still
What can you
on.
see now?
I can see the title is The Two Women Are the Same. It's still in Istra. No,
Okay.
it hasn't.
Let me try. No.
Okay, no, it's already changed.
Just a minute, please.
Oke. Jadi ini tadi sekarang kisah yang selanjutnya gitu ya. Ketiga itu tentang Kamal, di mana dia itu ketika baru baru dibebaskan gitu ya, langsung disambut dengan kematian ibunya gitu ya. You can add a little bit more, Sister? So I could share.
I can see it. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. Can you share a little bit more about the story?
Okay. Now, let me tell you the story of Kamal al-Khatib. Kamal al-Khatib's mom, Khadija, spent about 16 years waiting to see her son. Finally, they told us that Kamal is gonna be released soon. So out of her happiness, she started preparing flowers and sweets to welcome her son after 16 years of waiting. Because of the long waiting, she felt that they were kidding her, so she got psychologically sick and had to stay at the hospital. His mom's condition was getting worse and worse. The Israeli occupation was following the Kamal al-Khatib's mom at the hospital, and they knew that she was dying at the hospital, so they kept delaying his release until they knew that she could die anytime. So they released Kamal after that.
Okay. So actually, I want to so Kamal was already told that he's going to be released, but because the Israeli forces knows that his mother are dying in the hospital, so they, hold it, they delayed the release of Kamal.
Yeah, they suspended his release because they want him to feel painful inside. That on your first day of release, you can just bid goodbye to your mom, farewell, not welcoming, and that's the Israeli occupation policies with our Batis.
Okay. Ini sekarang kita akan tadi Sister Nur bercerita tentang kisah gitu ya, tentang Kamal al-Khatib gitu ya. Masya Allah, ini sedih banget ya aku dengar cerita ini, di mana Kamal ini dia kan di penjara gitu ya, dan berbelasan tahun gitu ya, di mana ibunya yaitu Khadijah itu menunggu sampai 16 tahun gitu ya, tidak bisa bertemu, tidak bisa berkomunikasi, sampai suatu waktu ibunya ini Khadijah itu diberitahu gitu ya, bahwasanya Kamal ini akan segera dibebaskan gitu, tapi tidak diberitahu kapan ya, tapi akan segera dibebaskan. Sampai akhirnya ibunya ya Khadijah itu dia sudah mempersiapkan bunga gitu ya, dan intinya mempersiapkan untuk menyambut gitu kepulangan anaknya. Hingga akhirnya ibunya yaitu Khadijah jadi sakit dan harus dirawat di rumah sakit gitu ya. Nah, Israel gitu ya, ketika tahu bahwasanya Khadijah itu masuk rumah sakit, mereka sengaja memperpanjang masa penahanan Kamal gitu. Jadi diundur-undur terus pelepasannya sampai menunggu Khadijah ini meninggal gitu. Jadi sengaja supaya Kamal ini ketika bebas itu tetap merasakan sakit dengan kabar kematian ibunya. Jadi Kamal ini baru dibebaskan ketika Khadijah ini sudah meninggal gitu. Ya, ini salah satu bukti kejahatan gitu ya, bahwa Israel ini sengaja gitu menunda pelepasan Kamal hanya untuk menunggu kematian dari ibunya. Okay, you may continue.
Okay, now the heartbreaking reunion. After Kamal was released, instead of welcoming him with flowers and sweets, that's how his mom welcomed him. Could you please play a video number 3?
Oke. Ya, jadi Kamal itu ketika bebas gitu ya, bukannya disambut oleh bunga dan manisan gitu ya, seperti apa yang tadi ibunya persiapkan, tapi malah disambut dengan kabar kematian ibunya. Oke, mungkin boleh minta tolong buat operator untuk di-play video berikutnya.
طلعت غصب عنهم وشفته.
العيد هذا عيد هذا
الله يرحمه الرحيم. الله يرحمه الرحيم. الله يرحمه الرحيم.
So our Palestinian prisoners inside the Israeli occupation prisons have to face either of two fates. Either they died while waiting to see their families, or their families died while they waiting to see them. And that's what exactly happened with Kamal al-Khatib, that his mom died while she was waiting for him. And now moving to the next story of Nasser Abu Hamid, who died while their family kept long years waiting to see him.
Okay. Jadi tadi Sister berkata gitu ya, bahwasanya untuk ya kasarnya gitu ya, bisa dibilang nasib-nasib untuk orang tawanan-tawanan di penjara Israel ini hanya ada dua gitu ya. Entah apakah mereka itu akan keluar tapi mereka itu akan mati di penjara, atau mereka ketika terbebas itu adalah keluarga mereka yang meninggal gitu ya, seperti kisah dari Kamal al-Khatib ini gitu ya, di mana ketika dia bebas ternyata disambut dengan kematian keluarganya. Dan sekarang ya kita akan masuk ke kisah keempat, di mana ini kebalikannya dari kisah Kamal. Kalau Kamal tadi yang dia disambut dengan kabar kematian keluarganya, kalau di sini yaitu Nasser Abu Hamid, di mana di sini dia akhirnya wafat gitu ya, meninggal di penjara. You might continue.
I guess that you are familiar with Nasser Abu Hamid, at least Nasser Abu Hamid among the prisoners, because his photo is filled these social media sites recently, as he died 4 days ago on the last Tuesday.
Oke. Ya. Jadi tadi kamu bilang barangkali di antara kita gitu ya, kemungkinan sempat dengar gitu ya kabar dari Nasser Abu Hamid ini, karena fotonya mungkin sempat tersebar di sosial media karena baru saja wafat 4 hari yang lalu gitu ya. Jadi ini baru, kasus baru. Barangkali teman-teman searching sekarang pun mungkin beritanya masih baru.
Okay, now Nasser Abu Hamid was suffering from lung cancer.
Sorry, I think the slide hasn't changed yet.
What can you see now?
I saw the title first. Sorry.
Okay, let me try. Can you see keeping his dead body now?
Yes, I could see it.
Okay, now Nasser Abu Hamid was suffering from lung cancer, and he should have receiving serious special treatment for this, but the Israeli occupation was delaying moving him to the hospital until she was died 4 days ago. And now they refuse to hand his dead body to his family so that they can bury him or even say goodbye to him.
Jadi Nasr Abu Hamid ini dia menderita penyakit kanker paru-paru ya, dan tentunya dengan penyakitnya tuh dia memerlukan perawatan yang serius. Nah, tapi pihak Israel itu menolak gitu ya, menolak untuk membawa Nasr ini ke rumah sakit gitu ya, hingga akhirnya dia meninggal. Dan setelah meninggal pun mereka menolak untuk memberikan jasadnya kepada keluarganya ya, untuk dikubur oleh keluarganya. You may continue.
Okay. Now, as I told you that the Israeli occupation refuses to hand his dead body to his family, so the only final destination for Nasr Abu Hamid would be this. What do you know about this photo? Does this
it hasn't. It's still on the last slide. I think it still hasn't changed.
Okay.
Okay. Now I could see the symmetry of numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Mungkin teman-teman ada yang pernah lihat atau ada yang pernah tahu gambar ini gitu. Ini apa? Apakah ada yang pernah tahu?
Okay. So, what do you know about symmetry of numbers?
Okay. Is it for me or are you asking the audience?
I am asking the other.
Oke. Ini jadi Sister tadi nanya nih, teman-teman ada yang tahukah tentang symmetry of numbers? Ada yang pernah dengar? Mungkin boleh boleh komen di kolom chat ya. Okay, I guess the audience haven't known.
Okay. So, similarity of numbers, hundreds of our Palestinian prisoners are buried there without even their families saying goodbye to them. Similarity of numbers is one of the Israeli occupation policies which is established since 1948, al-Nakba. The only Israeli propaganda about similarity of numbers that any detainee who died before completing his imprisonment period, they should complete their imprisonment period in the similarity of numbers. So can you imagine they have to deal with the harsh moments and the pain and the daily and the painful days after they die as well. They have to complete their pain inside the similarity of numbers. And this is this policy is only used by the Israeli occupation.
Oke, jadi symmetry of numbers ini teman-teman adalah tempat penguburan orang-orang yang mereka itu saya tawanan-tawanan yang mereka belum menyelesaikan masa tahanannya. Misal dia di penjara 12 tahun dan belum tuntas 12 tahunnya dia sudah wafat, maka dia akan dikuburkan di symmetry of numbers ini. Dan ini sudah ada gitu ya sejak tahun 1948 ya, sudah sangat lama sekali. Dan sister, there's someone asking here, the audience. She asked, are they being buried with Islamic methods? I mean, like, or they're just buried like.
Aside from Islamic methods, they are buried with no names, just numbers, buried exactly the same way that we buried our people. It is Islamic way, but we focus here on the way they treat him after they did. So they treat him as numbers, not as identity or people. So most Palestinian families nowadays know nothing about their sons inside the Israeli occupation prisons. Most of them died. Even their family know nothing about them, and they are just buried after they are dead here in the scenario of numbers as numbers. So even if they want to say goodbye or to visit their graves, they can do, because they are just numbers and we can't differentiate between them.
Okay. So is it so? Despite the the families even didn't know about what is their family's number. Am I correct?
I'm not following.
Oh, I mean, did the families of the detainees knows about
Palestinians?
their numbers?
You mean the families of the Palestinians?
Yes, the families of
No, those numbers are put by the Israeli occupation authorities.
okay.
So even their families, they don't know which number belongs to my son or to my sister. So
Okay.
only Israeli occupation knows.
Oke, jadi ini ya, perihal apakah mereka dimakamkan secara Islam gitu ya. Terlepas dari itu, bahkan yang ingin dipoinkan ditekankan di sini cara mengubur aja gitu ya. Mereka menguburkan orang-orang tawanan-tawanan ini tanpa identitas gitu ya, hanya berdasarkan nomor-nomor saja, yang bahkan keluarganya pun tidak diberitahu yang manakah keluarga mereka gitu, nomor berapakah, dan mereka pun tidak bisa mengunjunginya gitu ya, tidak bisa mengunjungi kuburan dari keluarganya begitu. Oke, ya, you may
Okay,
continue.
now moving to the second part of our presentation, methods of torture. The Israeli occupation uses diverse of torture methods inside the jails, and the most standing of those methods, like they they ripping their nails, they are putting them in baby chairs. So imagine that something like this is putting in something like this. So using the baby chair is one of the methods of torture in the Israeli occupation prisons. They ripping their nails. They cover their heads with, as you can see in this photo, on.
I guess the slides haven't changed. Yeah, okay.
What are you seeing? What do you see?
I'm still seeing the cemetery of numbers.
Okay. Now, the second part, methods of torture. I was telling you that the Israeli occupation uses diverse of methods of torture so that they can extract confessions from the Palestinians. Those methods can be classified in too many parts, like ripping their nails, covering their heads with dirty bags, so that the process of breathing become much difficult and they become really so distracted. They force them to sit in a baby chair, which is really something so provoking, because imagine that something like this you are trying to put in something like this. So using the baby chairs is one of the Israeli occupation methods inside the jails to torture the Palestinians so that they can confess, they can extract confessions from them. And there are too many ways of torture, and I'll show you in the next video the ways of torture inside the Israeli jails.
Oke. Jadi sekarang kita akan masuk ke part kedua ya dari tema bahasan hari ini, yaitu metode dari penyiksaannya gitu ya di penjara sana, di mana banyak ya. Jadi metodenya itu ada banyak, gak hanya satu, hanya dua, atau bahkan lebih gitu ya dari apa yang kita lihat di layar saat ini ya. Tadi disebutkan oleh Sister Nur, pertama ada salah satu metodenya itu mencabut kuku ya, ripping nails, dicabut kukunya. Kemudian ada metode lainnya itu tawanannya itu diletakkan di kursi yang ukurannya itu tadi is it this small maybe?
Yeah.
Oke. Jadi tawanannya itu diletakkan di kursi seukuran gini, teman-teman. Bayangin orang ditaruh di kursi sekecil ini, dipaksa duduk situ gitu ya. Juga kepalanya itu ditutup supaya dia kesulitan untuk bernafas gitu ya. Jadi itu beberapa tadi contoh penyiksaan yang dilakukan oleh Israel gitu ya. Dan insya Allah setelah ini Sister Nur akan menayangkan video ya yang diberikan oleh Sister Nur. Mungkin operator boleh minta tolong ditayangkan videonya.
Okay, so I'll leave you with video number 4 now.
Oke. Video yang keempat ya. Apakah ada kendala? Mungkin.
I think
Oh, I think
it's the video number 4, sister.
maybe you could, if you wanted to share it by yourself, or maybe you could send it to us, the video.
I sent it to Noor, by the way. Okay, I'll try to share it here. Okay. Tell me if you can see the video that I'm sharing now, or
Yes,
listen
yes.
do you listen the voice, the sound of the video?
Yes,
Can you
the
hear
sound
it?
is on. Yes, I can hear it.
Well, so all of those methods that you saw in the video that I was sharing with you are adapted by the Israeli expectation. And I'm sorry if some of the photos was too harsh to see, that this is the truth. Now I have a question for you. As the photos were so clear and the video was so clear, so that I may make no comment on this video. My question to you there, what do you think about what you saw?
Oke. Jadi tadi Sister Nur bertanya gitu ya sama teman-teman. Kalau di sesi yang ini mungkin Sister Nur lebih bertanya sama teman-teman. Gimana pendapat teman-teman setelah melihat video dan foto tadi? Boleh komen ya di kolom chat. Atau mungkin kalau ada yang mau on mic gitu ya, boleh raise hand. So maybe we'll wait while they are typing their answers. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Arshifa said it really broke my heart, but why the world just keep their mouth shut maybe and do nothing about it? And Nabila said that's so heartbreaking. And Aisha said she felt the pain when she saw the photos, and when she imagined what if she feel that. And yeah, most of them say that they could feel the pain, and it's so unhuman to do that into a detainee. And Ashifa said that I'm sorry, I didn't know if Ashifa said that he or she have read in a book that detainees were put into a human feces. Is it true?
What?
Human feces. I mean, feces is. I'm sorry. It's. I'm sorry. It's maybe some kind of human poop. I'm sorry if it's a bit.
I'm not following actually.
So Arshifa said that he ever read in a book that the detainees or the prisoners are being put into a human feces or human poop. Is it true?
Human group?
Yeah.
What do you mean by human group?
Human poop, human feces.
I'm not following actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that's okay. Maybe yeah. Some of the audience said that they couldn't handle it when they watched the video.
Okay. The same methods as well were being used by the Israeli occupation, and I guess in Sabra وشبيل مسافر, they used to cut the abdomens of the pregnant women and bring the baby out. This is one of the most harsh scenes that you may see in your life, in your entire life.
So they cut the abdomen and they take out the baby when the mother is alive.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oke. Jadi tadi sisternya bercerita bahwa salah satu metode yang juga sangat mengerikan gitu ya, di mana perempuan yang sedang hamil pun itu dibelah gitu ya perutnya dan dikeluarkan bayinya ketika ibunya pun sedang masih hidup gitu ya. Nauzubillah min dzalik. Okay.
Okay, now my question to you now is this: do you know any real stories about torturing methods that you can share with us?
Oke. Mungkin di sini teman-teman ada yang pernah mendengar gitu ya kisah nyata tentang penyiksaan yang dialami oleh orang Palestina. Mungkin boleh sharing. Ada yang mau cerita boleh lewat kolom chat atau mungkin mau on mic. Ini sebenarnya tadi udah ada ya dari Arshifa. Tapi mungkin tadi sister kalau lengkap ya. So Arshifa said that, yeah. I mean, is it true that the detainees are being put into human waste? Yeah, human waste.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, ya, jadi bener ya ceritanya Arshifa gitu ya, bahwa ada orang yang dia itu sampai dimasukkan ke dalam kotorannya manusia gitu. Jadi, so every time they are being, pressured to confess, and they refuse to answer, their head are being input into the human waste.
Yeah.
Ya, jadi benar ya yang diceritakan oleh Arshifa tadi. Ada yang mau cerita lagi, teman-teman? Boleh? Untuk memperkaya nih kita supaya juga saling tahu.
Well, I have a real story that I may share with you now, guys. One of my dad's best friend was an ex-Dagni in the Israeli occupation prisons who was released in Al-Ahrar deal He was in prison for 10 years. And when he was finally released, he told us that about his experience in the prison and how did he spend his days and his years there. So he told us that one of the most provoking ways that the Israeli occupation used is that they used to bring like a piece of iron and let the water dripping slowly on this iron of on this piece of iron, which provokes which creates the provoking sound, so you may not have a peaceful sleep. And he told his dad that since the first night in the prisons, I haven't even enjoyed a peaceful night of sleeping. One more thing that his friend as well was died in the interrogation. And it is notable to say that since 1967, I mean 76, about 74 of the Palestinians died in Israeli interrogations. And my father's friend was one of them, as his friends told him that he died of torture because the Israeli occupation used to leave him with fierce dogs, hanged all naked, and those dogs started like beating several parts of his body until he's died. This is one of the most harsh stories I've ever listened about, I've ever heard about. So I don't know what to say actually.
Okay, Allah. Okay. May I ask you something about the iron? So the Israel occupation used to make sound that could disrupt.
Yeah, they bought a piece of iron and they let the water dropping in this iron, so that creates a provoking sound.
Oh, okay.
So they can't sleep.
Oke. Ya, jadi tadi Sister Nur tuh cerita tentang kisah nyata ya yang didengar langsung oleh Sister Nur. Yang pertama itu ada sahabatnya, salah satu sahabatnya yang dia udah ditahan selama 10 tahun dan dia akhirnya bercerita gitu ya. Gimana sih dia melalui hari-harinya selama di penjara, dan salah satunya adalah di sana itu mereka itu ada diganggu tidurnya bahasanya mah dengan suara-suara yang provoking sounds, itu mengganggu lah ya. Jadi ada besi yang ada air yang terus menerus turun dan bunyinya mungkin berisik ya, hingga akhirnya mengganggu para tawanan di sana untuk tidur. Itu terus ya setiap hari. Jadi dari awal si temannya ini datang itu udah ada kayak gitu, dan itu terus berjalan selama 10 tahun. Dan juga ada cerita lain gitu ya, di mana ini kisah dari salah satu ayah temannya Sister Nur. Ini kejadian dicatat tahun 1976, di mana kisah di situ ada 70 temannya, itu salah satunya di antara mereka. Dan ayah temannya ini meninggal karena mengalami torture ya, yaitu dibiarkan I'm sorry, is it half naked? I mean the father.
No, he is completely naked.
Completely naked, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jadi ayah temannya ini dibiarkan dalam kondisi, maaf ya, tidak menggunakan busana dan dibiarkan dengan anjing gitu ya, beberapa anjing, sehingga dalam kondisi seperti itu dia diserang oleh anjing-anjing dan digigitin, dan ya mungkin terbayang ya teman-teman seperti apa, hingga akhirnya meninggal. You may continue.
Okay, so now the last part of our presentation is about life in prison. Regardless the painful moments, regardless the dark, the torture, how can you expect the other side of life in prison for that it needs to be?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat what you're saying?
I was saying that regardless the painful moments, regardless the torture and darkness, how can you expect the other side of life in prison for that it needs to be?
Oke. Jadi tadi Sister Nur bertanya gitu ya, terlepas dari apa yang tadi kita telah lihat gitu ya tentang penyiksaannya segala macam gitu, apa sih yang kalian bayangkan gitu ya tentang kehidupan di penjara gitu. Okay. Are we going to wait for the audience to answer?
Yeah, I want to from you guys that how can you expect life in a prison to be like? Do you expect that our prisons spend all of their time being torturing, or how can they spend their life in prison?
Oke, jadi tadi Sister Nur bertanya nih sama teman-teman, mungkin boleh memberikan pandangannya gitu ya. Sebenarnya kita kalau melihat kehidupan di penjara itu apa sih ekspektasi kita gitu? Sebenarnya kehidupan di penjara itu seperti apa? Mungkin boleh teman-teman sharing pemikirannya, pandangannya lewat kolom chat. Oke, mungkin lebih ke ininya ya, kegiatannya gitu. Terlepas dari perasaannya ya. Nah ya mungkin seperti tadi itu ada Teh Virus belajar dari atau bareng tawanan lain. Mungkin ada kegiatan lain teman-teman. Kalau tekanan mental itu kan perasaannya ya. Ini mungkin lebih ke daily activities atau ya kegiatan gitu. Seperti apa sih di penjara gitu. Mungkin teman-teman boleh ada yang berpendapat. Okay, so Virus feels sad.
Okay, to save the time,
we may learn from, like, we learn together with the other detainees.
Okay, let's learn together about it. So, as you can see in this photo, our detainees are studying, and this is inside the prison, so they resume their education. But it is notable to mention here that the Israeli occupation authorities prevent them to resume their education after Tawjih. So the last level they can reach is Tawjih. Master's degree, PhD degree are not allowed to be obtained by the Palestinian prisoners. And this is because the more educated you become, the more sophisticated and the more strong you become. And the Israeli occupation doesn't want us to be more educated so that we keep weak and we don't know about our rights or what's going on around us. And in this context, I may reflect on Napoleon Bonaparte's quote, in which he says that whenever I meet a sophisticated, educated person, I fix or I check my gun, which means that education is a strong weapon to face others. So people really fear the educated person because the educated person is a strong one.
Okay. I want to ask you. So the Israeli occupation did not allow, or did they allow them to study, but they didn't allow to resume their study? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Oke. Jadi tadi kata Sister Nur gitu ya, mereka itu sebenarnya boleh belajar gitu, tapi tidak boleh meresume pelajarannya gitu. Jadi intinya adalah mereka tidak ingin para tawanan ini menjadi lebih pintar. Kenapa? Karena bagi mereka gitu ya, kepintaran atau education itu adalah senjata yang paling kuat gitu ya. Bahkan diumpamakan ada seorang yang pernah berkata, setiap dia melihat seorang Palestina yang pintar ya, itu dia akan secara refleks ya akan memegang pistolnya gitu. Saking bahwa pintarnya orang Palestina itu sangat berbahaya untuk Israel. Okay,
now, as you can see in this photo, it is clear that they are praying, and it is a vivid message that whatever the Palestinian detainees are enduring or going through, nothing will take their strong faith in God away.
I'm sorry, I don't really get what you're saying.
I was saying that despite the pain, despite the torture, nothing will take their faith in God away. So they keep their hope in God and they are praying, as you can see in the photo.
Oke. Jadi tadi Sister berkata terlepas dari segala penyiksaan yang didapatkan gitu ya. Tadi kita sudah melihat, tapi mereka tetap tidak kehilangan tauhidnya gitu ya, tetap menjaga ibadahnya gitu, seperti yang kita lihat di foto ini. Never lose their faith on God. Mereka tidak pernah kehilangan tawakalnya gitu ya, dan tetap menjaga keyakinan mereka. Okay, you may continue.
Yeah. Do you know what is this?
Okay.
This photo.
Ya, teman-teman tahu nggak ini apa nih yang ada di gambar sekarang? Ada yang tahu?
I guess it is a common dessert we have in Ramadan.
Oke. Jadi kalau kita sister ini adalah takjil mungkin ya kalau di kita. Common dessert, jadi makanan manis yang biasanya ada selama Ramadan gitu. Kalau kita mungkin kenalnya takjil. Ada yang pernah tahu? Mungkin maybe it's not common in Indonesia because I guess
it is a Palestinian dessert, so it is a taif. This is like a dough which is stuffed sometimes with dates, sometimes with nuts. And my mother actually has a special, her own recipe that she bring the yogurt with some sugar and coconuts, and she mix the ingredients together and stuff the dough with them. This is one of the most delicious desserts that you can have in Ramadan here in Palestine.
Okay. I can't wait to taste it maybe. Okay. So tadi Susanna bercerita foto ini adalah salah satu terkenal dan paling ya common gitu ya di sana. Isinya tuh bisa banyak ya, bisa kurma, kacang, dan itu bisa divariasikan lah ya. Dan sorry, I quite didn't hear because I think the connection is a bit unstable in here. Did you say that your mother had a special?
Yeah, my mother has a special recipe for qataif.
Oh,
that
okay, special.
She brings some ingredients like yogurt, which is not liquid. Yogurt, sugar, and coconuts. She mixed the ingredients together and stuffed the dough with them.
Oke. Jadi kalau tadi sister cerita dikit gitu ya, kalau ibunya tuh punya resep spesial ya kalau buat qataif ini gitu. Tadi dari yogurt, nanti campur sama kelapa dan lain-lain gitu ya. Nanti jadi qataif ini gitu. Itu ceritanya sharing sedikit gitu ya dari sister. Maybe we could get the recipe, or is it a secret recipe?
I know it's she actually makes the qataif with nuts and sometimes with dates, but the most really dear to my heart is the recipe with yogurt, so I really adore it.
Okay, with yogurt.
Yeah,
maybe I should try it one time.
The last thing here that they make kaik in Eid. You know kaik?
Kaik. Okay.
It's another type of desserts, but it is especially for Eid. Qataif for Ramadan and kaik for Eid.
Sorry, I think it's a bit lagging before, so your sound is. I couldn't hear what you're saying.
I was saying that qataif is made in Ramadan as a recipe dessert, and kaik is made in Eid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, jadi
I don't even know how they do it, because I don't even know how to do it, but they can do it.
Oke, jadi tadi sister cerita kalau tadi qataif kan dessert spesial pas Ramadan gitu ya. Nah, kalau koik ini dia pas Idul Adha mungkin ya. Tapi kalau buat cara ngebuatnya, kalau tadi kan qataif ada special recipe gitu dari ibunya. Nah, kalau koik ini belum tahu ya ceritanya gitu. Tadi seperti cerita sedikit. Kalau resep ini dia kurang tahu. Okay, you may continue.
Now as we get to the end of our presentation, let's review what we talked about today. We talked about the stories of our detainees, Ahmad Manasra, Isra Ja'abiz, Kamal Al-Khatib, and Nasr Abu Hamid. We also talked about the methods of torture and the life in prison. That's all I have for you. I would like to thank you all for your participation, your attendance. Really, I appreciate your attendance, your interactions, and thank you, Azza, for the great work you do. And I am open to questions. If you have any question, you can ask me.
Okay, I'm so thankful for your really inspirational story about the Chinese and others, and also Kotoyif. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the secret recipe, maybe. And yeah, maybe we're going to open the discussion session, the second session of our agenda today. Jadi teman-teman, sekarang ini kita memasuki sesi kedua ya dari agenda SMARTTalk, yaitu sesi tanya jawab. Dan sekarang aku memberikan kesempatan dua penanya. Mungkin yang mau on mic boleh raise hand, dan yang mau lewat chat juga boleh. Ada yang mau bertanya? Okay, so I'm going to ask first. Oh, okay. So the first question is from Rosa. Are the detainees in the prison could, I mean, maybe lose their mind or become crazy because of the, the continuous oppression and suppression from the office?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And that's what I was saying about Ahmad Banasra, that he lost his memory as a result of torturing. And he is now suffering from schizophrenia and constant bleeding headache as a result of constant beating him on the head. So yeah, they lose their mind. I used to have a neighbor in my neighborhood who was he's now died, who was an ex-prisoner in the Israeli occupational prisons. When he was released, he seems to be another completely another person. And my dad told me that he wasn't born mad, but he became mad as a result of the torturing methods of the Israeli occupation in the prisons. So they get mad as a result of torture.
Oke. Ya, jadi benar ya, tadi pertanyaan dari Rosa perihal apakah tahanan di penjara itu bisa gila karena tekanan dan siksaan yang terus-menerus ya? Bisa gitu ya. Tadi contoh pertama yang kita lihat dari Ahmed Menesreh, di mana dia kan setelah mengalami torture ya, tekanan dan siksaan itu dia pertama dia mengalami constant headache gitu ya. Jadi dia mengalami sakit kepala yang terus-menerus. Terus dia juga kena skizofrenia dan dia kehilangan memori gitu. Itu satu. Dan juga tadi Sister Nur cerita tentang tetangganya ya, yang mana tetangganya itu dia setelah keluar dari penjara itu seperti berubah menjadi orang yang berbeda, jauh berbeda gitu ya. Dan kata ayahnya Sister Nur itu ya dia seperti itu gitu ya, maksudnya ketika keluar dari penjara berubah menjadi, bisa dibilang mungkin sedikit ya mentally ill gitu ya, sakit secara mental itu karena hasil dari siksaan yang dia dapatkan selama di penjara. Okay. Maybe the second question. Okay, the second question is from Najma. What are they imprisoned for? Why can they be punished for up to 10s of years? Like, why are they being imprisoned, and why can they be punished for up to 10s of years?
For what? Why they are punished for what?
I mean, like, what are the reasons that they are being imprisoned, and why are they being punished for?
Yeah, okay. The reasons that they are imprisoned because they are fighting this occupation, and this is a normal reaction of any stolen land. Okay, so sometimes they are imprisoned for throwing stones. Sometimes for maybe I'll be completely honest with you, for maybe stabbing. And this is one of the Israeli propaganda that is being used recently, that they killed most of Palestinians, and after they killed them, they put a knife beside them, and they told the media that he was trying to commit stabbing, so that we killed them or so that we imprisoned him. Sometimes the reasons are true, and I would not lie, because we are fighting this occupation and this is our rights. And sometimes the reasons are completely false. As for Ahmad Manasra was throwing stones at the checkpoint, no more. He was a child, and that was the only thing he could do. The Israeli occupation accused him of killing citizens. This is completely false.
Sorry, sister. I guess before the connection was unstable. Could you repeat which Ahmed Manasir part? Why is he being imprisoned?
Yeah, I was saying that some of those. Okay. I was saying that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying that some of those accusations are true, because we are fighting this occupation and we won't lie. This is the truth. But some other accusations are completely false. And this is like propaganda which is used by the Israeli occupation to tell the world that we are criminals, not fighters. We are freedom fighters, not criminals. And that's what happened with Ahmad Manasra. Ahmad Manasra was imprisoned for a completely false accusation that he was throwing stones at the checkpoint, no more. And he was a child, and that was the only thing he could do. But the Israeli occupation imprisoned him under the accusation of killed 2 settlers, which is completely false. He didn't kill anyone. He just was throwing stones.
Oke, jadi tadi Sister Nur menjawab gitu ya perihal apa namanya pertanyaan dari Najma ya tentang kenapa mereka tuh biasanya di apa namanya di penjara tuh karena apa gitu ya, si penyebab kasusnya diangkat ke persidangan dan kenapa mereka bisa sampai di penjara selama beberapa tahun gitu. Tadi Sister menjawab bahwasanya sebenarnya dalam kasus-kasus persidangan seperti ini ada beberapa yang memang mereka dibawa persidangannya di penjara karena mereka melawan gitu ya. Kan memang seperti ini yang selama terjadi seperti itu ya. Mereka melawan para tentara, tapi ada juga beberapa yang itu tuh salah, false accusation. Jadi itu adalah tuduhan yang salah ya, tuduhan yang salah. Dan bahkan ini pun menjadi salah satu agenda ya, propaganda dari Israel untuk memutarbalikkan fakta gitu, bahwasanya mereka itu nggak melakukan kriminal, tapi sama Israel mereka itu dituduh melakukan kriminal. Seperti contohnya tuh tadi yang Ahmed Manasreh, di mana dia kan sebenarnya kisahnya adalah dia hanya melempari batu ya, tapi oleh Israel diputarbalikkan faktanya bahwasanya si Ahmed ini dia dituduh membunuh anak-anak gitu. Jadi itu kan sebuah tuduhan yang sangat salah ya. Dan ada juga tadi Sister Nur sempat bercerita kalau misalnya ada tentara Israel yang membunuh dan sudah mati, itu kadang ditaruh pisau di sebelahnya, dan nanti itu jadi pembenaran bahwasanya dia dibunuh karena dia duluan yang berusaha membunuh. Nih buktinya ada pisau gitu. Mungkin itu sedikit perumpamaannya. Itu seperti itu untuk jawaban dari pertanyaan Najma ya. Oke. And I think we still have time left for the question, so I'm going to open another question. It's a question from Arshifa. Is that true that Palestine could trade their detainees with Israel detainees?
Would you repeat, please?
Is it true? Is it true that? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it true that Palestinians could trade their detainees with Israel detainees? Like they switch?
Yeah. Like switch deals. Yeah, we have Israeli detainees in the hands of our freedom fighters, and sometimes we make deals to switch our detainees with their detainees. So yeah, sometimes we have such deals.
Oke. Jadi iya bisa ya. Jadi benar bahwasanya apa namanya? Bisa dilakukan deal ya, apa namanya? Perjanjian untuk menukar tawanan antara tawanan Palestina dan Israel gitu. Untuk penebusan mungkin ya. Jadi ditukar bahwa kan memang di Palestina pun terdapat ya tawanan-tawanan dari Israel yang itu biasanya IDF soldier dan nanti mereka di-switch, ditukar gitu. Ketika mau menebus orang Palestina yang ditawan, maka mereka menukarnya dengan orang Israel yang ditawan. Okay. Okay, maybe for the next question, we have for maybe 5 minutes left. Okay, so the next question is from Wina. Okay, so how is the actual court? So how is the real situation of the court? Like, is that they cannot defend themselves? Like, why they are really forced to be detained? Like, they make their own?
Okay, I would answer your question with another question. How would you how would you treat or how would you do when there is occupation on your land and they are trying to imprison you? There are lots of videos filled with, the social media sites are filled with videos that our youth trying to defend themselves, trying to prevent the Israeli occupation from detaining them. But at least the final decision keeps in the hands of the higher authorities, which is the occupation. So how can we prevent that? This is reality. This is a real thing that we can't escape from. We are trying to defend ourselves, but the final decision that we are not allowed to defend ourselves.
Okay.
Ourselves.
Okay. Jadi tadi jawaban Sister Nur ini ya perihal apa kita nggak bisa gitu ya membela diri gitu. Coba tadi Sister Nur bertanya gitu ya. Coba kita bertanya, Sister Nur bertanya kembali kepada kita. Coba bayangkan kalau misalnya dalam kondisi negara yang sedang dijajah gitu, apakah kita bisa melawan penjajah gitu, penjajah itu? Karena ya memang kondisinya seperti itu. Kalau teman-teman lihat gitu di sosial media, di mana ketika sedang dalam pengadilan itu pun ada yang berusaha membela diri pun tidak akan digubris dan pada akhirnya keputusan akhirnya akan bergantung pada pihak yang memiliki posisi yang lebih tinggi, higher position, di mana kalau dalam konteks ini adalah ya orang yang melakukan penjajahan itu, yang mana di sini adalah Israel. Jadi apakah kita bisa membela diri? Itu jawabannya tidak. Okay, I guess our time is up, and maybe before we close our agenda, I would like to hear your closing statement.
Okay, as we get to the end of our presentation, I would like to thank you all for your attendance. I appreciate your participation and your awareness about our Palestinian issue, and I hope that you always keep by our sides and you support our Palestinian issue. And I would like to thank you, Azza, for the great job that you did. And as we approach the new year, I hope you all a prosperous, great, happy year with your beloved ones. And we pray for Allah to grant our detainees with their freedom soon, so that they can spend the upcoming occasions with their loved ones. Thank you.
Oke. Ya, tadi Sister menyampaikan gitu ya, rasa terima kasihnya kepada kita semua, juga apresiasi atas kesadaran kita gitu ya terhadap isu-isu Palestina gitu ya. Dan Sister berharap kita semua tetap terus berada pada pihak Palestina ya, kita terus mendukung dan mendoakan gitu ya terhadap kondisi-kondisi keadaan saudara kita di sana. Dan juga karena sudah mau tahun baru ya, tadi Sister juga mengatakan semoga kita dalam kondisi yang baik, dan jangan lupa juga untuk mendoakan gitu ya para detainees ya, para tawanan di sana supaya bisa segera terbebas dan segera berkumpul kembali bersama keluarganya. Okay, maybe that is the end of our talk today, and I'm really thankful for Sister Nur for your mashallah. I couldn't express my feelings because it's so dramatic, and also I feel the sadness and the pain, and maybe it's too mixed up in here. But I hope that we all, I hope we all could always and still be in Palestine's side, inshallah. Okay.
Inshallah. Thank you, Azza.
Okay.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Okay. Goodbye, Sister Nur.
Bye.
Hope you're doing well. Oke, ya teman-teman, itu tadi ya pematerian dari Sister Nur yang Masya Allah benar-benar ini ya, aku sih terguncang ya mendengar ceritanya, terutama fakta-fakta yang ada, apalagi tadi tentang symmetry of numbers yang menjadikan banget gitu. Apalagi fakta itu ya, ketika seseorang masuk penjara, itu tuh either dia bakal mati di penjara atau dia keluar penjara dengan kondisi keluarganya yang udah meninggal ya. Ya, sedih banget sih kondisi itu emang. Ini juga salah satu alasan kenapa kita harus terus aware sama keadaan Palestina, dan perkaya dan juga ajak teman-teman yang lainnya untuk aware dan paham tentang isu-isu Palestina yang harus kita senantiasa perjuangkan. Oke, karena sudah mencapai era Egana juga, dan aku mungkin sekarang kembalikan ke Teh Fairuz Ifhilzah ya sebagai MC.
Oke, jika khair Aska yang sudah memimpin yang sudah memoderatori kelas hari ini, Masya Allah. Teman-teman bisa ya tadi dilihat gimana ceritanya Sister Nur yang sangat-sangat menyayat hati gitu ya. Banyak banget teman-teman komen di kolom komentar. Tapi Masya Allah semoga itu bisa jadi insight ya buat kita, gimana sih para tawanan ya yang ada di Palestina, bagaimana mereka diperlakukan oleh Israel. Ya begitu ya keadaannya teman-teman. Oke, karena sudah di penghujung acara, mari kita mengucapkan dan ditutup dengan doa penutup majelis. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Nah, sebelumnya teman-teman boleh ini enggak ya, minta kita dokumentasi dulu, teman-teman boleh tolong nyalain kameranya sebentar. Tadi sebenarnya harusnya kita foto bareng ya sama Sister Nur. Cuma karena tadi kurang briefing ya kayaknya, jadi kita aja yang foto. Oke. Boleh dibantu oleh panitia, oleh Ina mungkin boleh bisa dibantu kan?
Boleh.
Oke. Ya, dimohon ya teman-teman tolong dinyalakan sebentar kameranya supaya bisa di capture sama panitia. Oke. Gimana, Nak? Bisa dimulai?
Oke. Udah semua ini?
Oke. Ya, dimulai aja, Nak.
Oke, 1, 2, 3. Satu lagi, 1, 2, 3.
Oke. Sudah enak ya?
Oke, udah.
Jadi kalau Kak Irina, yang juga Aska ya, tadi sudah membantu, keren banget ya. Semoga bisa dimengerti ya teman-teman, tadi translate-nya keren banget Aska. Masya Allah. Oke, sekian dari aku, Virus semoga sebagai MC. Semoga kita bisa ketemu lagi di acara SMARTTalk selanjutnya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jangan lupa untuk follow Smart. Assalamualaikum.